But the thing is, I can't really see. I can understand maybe they toned him down in a way, but I don't think that has to do with um his character, his role, because again, cartoon is not the same as live action. So there
Yeah,
has to be like a difference. You can't expect the same thing in a way. So when it comes to him, from what I saw in the first episode and second, I mean, he's basically the same
character,
character with the same characteristics, the personality, the
humor,
behavior, how
yeah,
he's
and everything.
acting. I mean,
And he does really sound like the voice actor too, to a certain point with his voice. Like he really nailed it. It's like he sounds like the character basically from the animated show too. I think a lot of the actors had really similar voices in a way. They kind of captured the
I
tone
don't,
and everything from their
I
voices.
don't know about that, but it's still if that's the case, if it's different, like, it doesn't really bother me that much because
No, no,
I
no.
know
That's just what I
it's a
noticed. That's just what I noticed, at least. That's what I did
yeah.
notice.
But my point is, it's a different media. One is a
Yeah,
cartoon, one is a live action series. There
yeah.
has to be some changes. It's unless they're
But
going to hire the same person to voice act, like, for example, Aang, Sokka,
yeah,
Katara, Zuko,
yeah,
Suki, or Kyoshi, whoever.
yeah, exactly.
If they're going to do whatever, whatever.
Yeah, no, I get you. And no, I think they actually did respect a lot of the source material, in my view. Um, because I did see a lot of the animated show in the two first episodes. I saw a lot of stuff that I did recognize. You know what I mean? There's a lot
Hmm.
of even with small changes here and there, you still saw what they have taken from the animated show and did it in live action, and I think they nailed it really well, and at least this is 10 times, million times better than a movie that we did get some years ago, because they
That made
really
a lot of
didn't.
people upset, yes, for
Yeah,
good
that
reason.
um and but here, they are doing the powers right, they're doing the right stuff, and no, it's like just watching the two first episodes so far, what we've seen, I gave the first episode a 8 out of 10, and I will give the second episode a 8 out of 10 too, because they really kept me interested in everything, with the characters, especially with Suka, and oh, what's the girl's name again? Uh, Suki?
Ara or Suki.
Suki. Suki and their relationship and how they build up their relationship. Because to people out there, Suki and Soka, they become a couple, and they really did that really well in that show, the live action, and it felt really. I think you also said it, Chris, while we were watching it. It felt really organic when they were on screen together, if you know what I mean.
Well, yeah, I mean, when I watched it, it wasn't like the annoying agenda-driven bullshit with this. They're
No, it
going to
wasn't.
push something into it, like for example, their story, or even Aang and Qatar stories, or even just the Avatar story for because this is story for Aang. That's like the
Yeah.
overall thing, and they can easily change it and make it into something weird as twisted version of the cartoon story. But they
Like
didn't. But I'm
they didn't do that, and that's
accepting
good.
that they're going to have some changes into it for
It,
whatever
it, it
reasons.
it's like, cash press. We've talked a lot about this before. It's like it's okay when you do small changes as long as you respect the source material.
Right.
And we've
Yeah,
seen this
and
before,
it depends. It depends on the change, of course. But
Yeah, yeah,
if it's
yeah,
just an
yeah,
artistic one, if it's something that makes sense, because it's a different
yeah,
media, it's not a cartoon anymore. It's a live
yeah.
action, or maybe it's a
Eh,
Right.
game or
eh,
whatever.
Exactly. It's like
Some
it is.
things might not.
Yeah, it's like Lord of the Rings all over again because yes, they did small changes in Lord of the Rings movies to
Yeah,
fit
yeah.
the movie formats,
Right.
Yep.
and but again, Peter Jackson still respected the lore, and the small changes he did was to fit that lore. And when you do it that way, it's completely fine. Even with superhero movies, if you do a small changes that makes sense, it's like when you watch Iron Man 1, a lot of people love that movie. It's one of the better movies, one of the better movies of the MCU, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, there are small changes here and there through that movie, but they made it fit the movie universe. You know what I mean? And they respected the lore with the first movie. And that's what you should do if you're going to change certain small parts. And with some of the certain small parts in this show, they did it for the better. And it's like in the animated show, it's like we couldn't remember if Suki's mother in the beginning was in the even in the animated show. And after we did a research a little bit just to remember, because it's so long time since I've seen it, Chris have seen it, and Cash have seen it. It's like
Mm.
it's a long time since we've seen the animated show. So I just did a little digging before the stream just to see what we remembered, and I had to like check it up just with the mother of Suki. And according to what I found out, we really never had her in the animated show. We only had a description of the mother. And so if she wasn't in the animated show, I don't see the problem if you connected her into the live action, because it gave us more context to her character, who she was, and we could see what kind of person she really was, right? And small stuff like that is totally okay in my opinion. And I also brought this up before the stream. I brought up with the Warcraft movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
They did small changes there too, but that was for the better, to expand upon the story and the source material that we never got to see, or if there's stuff we just heard about but never saw. And small changes while you're respecting the source material is the best way to do small changes, in my view, at least. Um,
Thing is,
but
I'm sorry,
no,
but
just
the thing
continue.
with Suki's character, when it comes to her mother, because like I said when we were watching it, I didn't remember her being a character in the cartoon, which is fine in a way because
It's been a long time.
I don't expect Suki to be born without a mother. I expect there's
That
a
would,
mother. I expect there's a
it's not
mother
forced here. The force doesn't exist.
and a father in her life in any way, shape, or form. But they added her, and it's fine. They didn't really do
Yeah.
anything that I would think is, oh no, 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 this is just horrible or extreme or this is agenda driven. I will think she actually, from her perspective as a Kyoshi warrior,
Yep.
that she was doing her job as a protecting mother, not just for her daughter, but also for the village. In a way,
Yeah.
that's how I see it.
And there were no any, woke agenda driven in the two first episodes, and I hope they will not do it through the rest of the show, but at least from the two first episodes that we saw, they didn't do anything with, any, what we see in movies and TV shows every time, having all the check boxes here and there
Yeah.
just to please the modern audience, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't do anything so far with that, and I think that's pretty good. And I did feel like they actually cared about the source material here, and they wanted to try to make the best show they can with Avatar. And but again, we see a lot of these other people out there, they're gonna trash it either way. And I think that is a big problem that we actually do have, in a way. You know what I mean?
Well,
Uh,
it's fine if people want to trash something, but
Yeah.
then again, they need to see it before they trash it. I mean,
Yeah.
in my head,
yeah,
that's common sense. If you read something, if you watch something, if you play something, if you just listening to something, if you're going to make up your
Yeah,
mind, this is crap, this is bad, this or if this is good,
yeah.
this is wholesome, this is morally
What else
correct,
means
whatever.
both? Yeah, yeah, right, Tanti. Yeah,
You need to listen
exactly.
to it, or make up
Yeah,
your mind about it before you make your
it's it's
like a
like
statement about it.
we we have had, for example, we had the One Piece thing when that came out. A lot of people just want to hate it, right?
Yeah.
We had Rebel Moon. A lot of people just hated it to hate it because of Zack Schneider, and they never saw the movie, right? And then they just
Probably
went to,
not. No.
yeah, and then you had just people watching it, and they're just gonna complain about every little single thing in that movie, and really not give it a chance or actually follow the story, and just nitpick on small things and things they thought were like super woke in that movie, like in Rebel Moon, in the beginning, Korra cannot lift a stone, right? That is stone in the beginning. Yeah, that makes sense. But again, lifting that stone and fighting is two different things. It's like I can have we're just gonna use me as an example. I can have a hard time lifting something really heavy, right?
Hmm.
Of course I can. But when it comes to fighting, I can be stronger. I can have heavier punches. I can be faster. And you also get a lot of adrenaline in your body. And a lot of these kind of stuff, makes it a little different that people apparently have forgotten about. It's like when they complain about Korra in Rebel Moon, it's just like, but we've seen this before with, Underworld and other movies with female characters. Like suddenly they're not that strong, but later on in the movie they become a little bit better when it comes to fighting or other stuff. You know what I mean? And and she did struggle when she fought too. Korra did struggle when she fought. She wasn't the best fighter, so she did struggle at times. But like the main thing is that I feel there's like so many people out there who doesn't watch the things itself, right? We don't have people really, and Cash is motherfucker. He's gonna be back when we're talking about this, man. Cash, Cash, Cash. I don't say
Well, it's
anything
fine. It's just
unless
a
I
few
watch it.
minutes.
Yeah,
Also,
yeah.
I'm not good enough. That's what you're saying. Damn
Oh no, no,
bastard.
no, no. But I know he has some
Maybe
opinions
I
on.
should just
Uh,
leave.
no, no, that's not what I meant.
Damn
I just
asshole.
I don't say anything unless I watched snips myself, like I used to be okay with Hell of a Boss and Haspin Hotel YouTube series, but now I can't stand them, and the creator was rude to me. Exactly. At least you did your own viewing, you did your own research and stuff like that, and you you made up you made up your mind by yourself, not listening to every other people out there and let them, influence your opinions. And I wonder how the creator was rude to you. I really wonder. So if you would like to say how, Hunty, that would be interesting to know what that fucker did. Um, and also I see we have General Vogue in the chat. Hail to you, man. Hail to you, brother. I hope you're doing well. And yeah, we just said that we also was curious about the same thing. I still like Hell of a Boss. It's not as good as it was, but these things go in circles, I think. Yeah, I can understand that. I've never hail to you too. I have not seen Hell of a Boss. It's not my cup of tea, and I will never watch it. It's not my thing. I know I have friends who've watched it, but it's never my
Me
thing. I think
neither.
I
Never
think
seen
I
it.
I think I tried to like watch 1 or 2 episodes with an old friend of mine, and yeah, it was like I think it was 2 episodes. It's not my thing. It's like it's not my thing. It feels like Tumblr stuff for me, like a Tumblr series for me.
It it kind of is, but I know a YouTuber that I follow, Starsun. I believe she watched Haspin Hotel, and she enjoys it, and that's fine. But I'm
Yeah,
personally, I'm not going to
yeah,
be interested.
yeah.
But
No, exactly.
it's fine. You can enjoy what you want to enjoy. It's not a
Yeah,
damn freaking problem.
exactly. You back, Cash?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. So, but no, yeah. But what we were going to talk about, it's there is a lot of people who don't do their research themselves, right? And they only go to listen to people and their opinions. We just gonna say like bigger content creators, not gonna name names and stuff like that. But they only go to like the bigger creators and are listening to them, right? And I will just say it how it is. A lot of times when I've been watching a lot of these bigger creators, I feel like they hate to just hate and really never give a good explanation of why they hate it and why they didn't like it. You know what I mean? And I feel like they go in there just to hate it, to make content out of it. You know what I mean? Do you guys feel the same about this with a lot of creators out there?
You mean it's like content farming?
Yeah,
Because that's basically what it is in a way.
I don't know.
yeah,
I get tired of certain content creators talking about the same subject over and over again, and
I
just
agree.
yeah,
then there's other people who have their own YouTube channels, and they're like, oh well, this channel said this, so it's like, oh, so that then you're not going to watch it because that channel said
yeah.
that. So ridiculous.
It's like if it, it's like yes, I've said this. I like the Morbius movie. You know, I heavily enjoyed it and thought it was one of the best movies of the year. It doesn't mean
No.
if you listen to me, it doesn't mean like I am right. Like that's my opinion, and I don't want you to share my opinion just because you're listening to us in a way, right? I want you to make up your own mind. You know, go watch it,
Right.
give it a chance, and then make up your own mind. Is there anything you liked about it? Is there stuff you didn't like about it? You know, stuff like that. It's like I watch a lot of content creators, and they only gonna trash everything, and I'm just like, yeah, but I'm just. Can you give me a good example of why you're hating it? Oh, this little thing here was bad. This was stupid. This was retarded. I'm like, but why is it retarded? Why is it
Yeah.
stupid?
Yeah.
Can you give me a good explanation for it?
Hmm.
And it's just like, but they never give a good explanation. I'm like, when when it comes to like the Sony universe of Spider-Man stuff, right? They're all before the movie is out, it's labeled as bad before they even see it, right? It's already labeled bad. Yeah, it might be bad, it might be good, it might be in the middle, of entertainment, right? And it's just like don't just because you hate a company, just don't hate to just hate, but actually give a good reason of why it's bad. Like f- forget about, the creators of the movie a bit, right? Or the TV show, and actually go detail a little bit of the movie itself. Why is
Right.
this bad?
Yeah, but
Why is it
some
bad?
people they it is what it is. But some people just want to hate for the sake of hating. It is what it is. I'm sorry, but that's just human
Yeah,
nature, basically.
it is.
Because
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's more interesting with scandals,
Yeah, and Hail to
negativity,
Clifton.
problems, whatever it might be.
Hmm.
So you can't escape it in a way.
Mm,
If you're going to be a public person, it depends on
yeah,
the
you can't do.
platform, of course, but it's going to
Yeah,
be it is what it is.
mm,
I'm not
exactly, and
okay with it, but it's
no,
I
exactly, and
find it
it
to be annoying,
yeah,
basically.
and Cash, you also mentioned, the people out there who's just gonna they're watching this content creator and just content creators and just listen to everything they have to say, and they have to mention it all the time. Oh, this creator said this, and this is what this creator meant, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
just like, but what about you? What do
Yeah.
you feel about this? What do you think about this?
Exactly.
Do you have your own mind, or are you gonna be a slave to the system in a way? You know what I mean? I'm gonna
Hmm.
use what I normally do when it comes to music, right? When I listen to punk and stuff like, are you gonna be a slave to the system? Are you gonna be part of the system yourself, right?
Hmm.
And do your own research at least, I have my reasons why I don't like Disney Star Wars, and I try my best to
Yeah.
explain why I don't like it.
Right.
Even if I've given stuff even if it comes to other stuff too, I will go sometimes and watch them and try to be open-minded about something, and I will be honest if there is stuff that I do like in certain stuff. It's like, yes, I hate the sequel trilogy with a big passion, and I have my reasons. I've explained my reasons, But I've also said there's some stuff that I like, and it's not anything with the story in that kind of sense. Like, yes, I've been honest that I think Finn was an interesting character and could have been an interesting character.
Yeah, he could have been a way
Um,
better character. Yeah. Mhm.
and I don't mind Kylo Ren's lightsaber. I've always also been honest about that. You know,
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
don't hate his lightsaber. I think it's looking pretty cool. Um, but you have to be honest and make up your own mind. It's like we gave Avatar: The Last Airbender live action a chance. Even when we heard about all the fucking rumors and all the fucking red flags that people have talked about, right? We still gave it a chance so we could actually have our own opinion. Same with Rebel Moon. We only heard shit about it, almost a lot of shit about it, right? 9% of the time. But what did we do? We watched it and we made up our own opinion instead of listening to others. Because
Mhm.
why let these creators influence you and influence your opinions? I just, you know what I mean with it, right?
Yeah.
And isn't that more important if you going to watch something, enjoy something, read something, play something? I mean, make your own opinion about the content that you are trying to enjoy.
Well, it's just the same
Yeah,
people who
I,
say like, "Oh, well, this is great content." I'm like, "Do you people really even know what great content is anymore?" Like,
yeah, but
this is
exactly.
it's the same. It's just a different situation. You just flip it around. They said, "Oh, this is great." I'm like, "You're gonna tell me this is great compared to this?" It's like it's all opinions, but I just roll my
And
eyes.
if you
but
say it's great,
but
can you try
what
to
the,
explain it, right? Try to
Yes,
explain why
please
you
tell
think
us
it's great.
why do you think it's great? Why do you think this from the past is not as great as this from the future?
Yeah,
Why does
and
this have to be changed when it never has to be changed? It's okay, but it's not the best thing to do.
yeah,
So,
and
but
Prince, you were about
what
to say something.
yeah, go ahead, Pris.
I was gonna say, I get that what you guys are saying, but when it comes to recommending something or get people to play something or enjoy something, watch something, what it might be, I need to see it, I need to play it, I need to read it, I need to listen to it before I make my mind about it. I can't just say, oh, just drop in and say, "Oh, I hate this TV show, this movie, this game, this song," because other people
Yeah,
Yeah,
said I should. It's so stupid to me.
yeah, and no, again, if you're gonna hate just to hate, I just don't see the point of just you're already made up your mind, you know? You've already made up your mind to hate it in that kind of sense. You know what I mean?
yep, exactly. And it's easy to do with stuff. It's like, oh, this looks horrible. But when you actually see it for yourself with your own two eyes, that's one thing. But if you're just hearing from another YouTuber, or somebody else, and they says, "Oh, this is great," or "This is amazing," and
Yeah,
it's like, why? And did you guys want to watch it for yourself? Like, if you don't want to watch
yeah.
it, that's fine. But then you really shouldn't have much of an opinion on it.
No,
Yeah.
and I would just want to say hail to Brett Conan. And damn, it's been a long time since I've seen you, brother. It's really good
Yeah.
to see you again, man. It's been such a long time. For me, movies have two classes.
Hmm.
Film, more art like
Yeah.
Lawrence of Arabia, and a popcorn,
Fantastic movie.
yeah,
Hmm.
a popcorn flicks, which your mind of yeah, entertainment exactly. And and no, and if you are gonna try to like recommend something for people, try to, not try to spoil the show or the movie or the game, but try to like formulate and actually try to explain why you think this is a good good game, good movie or show,
Yeah.
and just you try
Please.
to do it that way, and maybe it's something for you. And if you're gonna, you have to try to do it like that. But a lot of these other bigger content creators, they don't do that. It's just like this is shit, and if you like this, you're not part of the crew. Like you are not following in the crew. This is, this is not okay. You will
Yeah.
not be with us if you don't hate it.
Yeah, which is stupid. Like the same people go on panel. Oh, oh, well, if you say this, then you deserve to be kicked off the panel, or you deserve to not be in the group, or whatever. It's stupid.
Yeah.
All this stuff is
But
stupid.
can I just add something?
Yeah.
Go
Hunty
ahead.
was recommending something, and I'm curious. You can, Hunty. So
Yeah, the Marvels
just type it,
XXX version.
whatever it is.
But it has to be the Marvels with
Yeah,
Danish
but
black
whatever it
guys.
is, I'm open-minded and my ear is open, I guess. Or
His ears are open. Um,
oh, I know about Lackadaisy.
don't know what it is. Don't know what it is. I don't think I know what it is. I don't think so. I have to see it before if I'm gonna remember it. Name. I'm not always familiar with all names when it comes to certain stuff.
I think I
But
know what it is. Hold on.
yeah, do
Hmm.
that. But but again, it's for example, for you, Cash, you like the Andor series, and you have your reasons why you
Yep.
like it. You
Oh
didn't
yeah,
hate
I
you.
know what it is.
You didn't
Mm.
go in there just to hate it. Like you were open minded. You saw it.
Yeah, I tried to be. Yeah, it took me
And
an
then you,
episode or two or whatever to
yeah.
start getting into it more. But yeah.
But then you have developed like, okay, there's stuff here that I do like, and this is why you like it. You like the vibe, some of the story, and the more
Mhm.
darker side of this
Mhm.
universe in a way.
Mhm.
And you gave your reason for that, and you went in with an open mind. You tried your best to be open minded, and it's not easy these days,
It
but you
is. It's very
tried.
hard. Yeah.
And I was open-minded to a point with Andori, but I still had after the trailer and all that kind of stuff, but I still went and watched the show, and I hoped that it was, I would like it to a certain point. There was some stuff that I might enjoy in it, but I didn't, because for me it didn't feel like Star Wars, like the trailer. The trailer didn't feel like Star Wars, and then the show comes. You're also allowed to hope that when the show first comes, and there is Whoopa, hail man, and
Oh no,
when the
there's 4 people here.
and but when even though the trailer can sometimes lie to you, sometimes trailers can lie to you. So when it first
Yes.
the show came out, I gave it a chance, and I hoped for the best, that I would find some enjoyment in it, but I didn't. For me, I felt like this was not the best writing. I thought it was like really basic writing. It just felt like a basic sci-fi TV series that I've seen before, and I really didn't find much enjoyment in it because it just felt like the same stuff that we've seen before. It wasn't woke or anything like that. It
Right.
wasn't.
Right.
It was
No, it
just that
wasn't.
I did not enjoy the storyline.
Mhm.
The darkness, like how dark the show is, doesn't bother me, but it was just the story
Mhm.
itself, and how certain stuff looked, because it didn't look like Star Wars. But I got my opinion on it. I didn't go in just to hate to hate. I
Mhm.
want a reason. If I'm gonna hate something, I need a reason to hate it and explain why I hate it. And when I do a review or something, I want to try my best to explain it. But it
Yeah.
doesn't mean that everyone has to have the same opinion.
Oh.
And and we can talk about it. If you have like a retarded opinion like Cash and Andor, it's completely fine.
It seems same, same with Batman versus Superman. If you feel that way, it's okay.
Yeah, that's the way I feel, that's the way you feel. But we don't go in there to like
No.
just hate to hate, like a lot of these content creators out there are doing. And that's I'm honest. It's like I never mention names of YouTubers, and I never will. But
No.
there's a reason why I never watch a lot of these content creators ever again, and I don't understand why people are gonna bring up all the content creators all the time on podcasts and stuff like that. I do
Mhm.
not get it, because it's just like, yes, I understand this is what the person said, and that's how they
Mhm.
talked about it. But how do you really feel? It's like, do you have this opinion because you listened to that big content creator, or is this your own opinion? It's like, I cannot see what's what anymore with it, because I hear it all the time with certain creators out there, if you know what I mean.
Mhm.
And I do see we have Dad Man walking in the chat. Hail, brother, long time no see, man.
Hey, man.
Hey, Dad, man.
Hope you're doing well, brother. It's been such a long time.
Hey, that man.
Um, So since Whoopa, you were a little late. So we are talking about, me and Cash and Chris, we watched, the Avatar TV show, two episodes. So we talked a little bit about that,
Oh.
and it's pretty good so far. You know, we think it's pretty good so far, and it's really accurate and all that kind of stuff. And then we go to the topic because there is a lot of people who hate just to hate, and then some stuff that you heard us talk about right now. What's your opinion of content creators who just goes in just to hate it and don't give any real explanation of why they hate it, but they just hate it to hate it, and then you have other people who are listening to them and don't even get their they don't really have their own opinion because they're just listening to the content creators like, oh, this is shit, oh, then they will listen to that, oh yeah, that is shit, so I'm not gonna watch it. It's like, but you have not seen it. You really haven't done research on it, you know? What's your opinion on this, Whoopa?
I think a lot of it is so. I think there's a point that gets annoying is like people will basically say like, yeah, this thing looks crappy. I don't think I like it. And they'll make
Mhm.
like 5 videos talking about why they don't
Yeah.
like it.
Or
And
10
then they'll
videos.
yeah. And then they'll watch it and then talk about how much they didn't like it. And it's like,
Right.
why are you
Yeah.
why do you what's the like if you don't I can understand if you say something maybe once, twice. But I don't understand. It does get annoying when it's like if you think you're not, there's a lot of movies that I haven't watched just because I
Yeah.
look at it and
Mhm.
I'm like,
Yeah.
It
oh, this
didn't look
doesn't look like
interesting for
something.
you.
Yeah, it doesn't
Mhm.
look interesting, or like I heard something
But
and
then
it
you
sounds like something I'm not interested in. But then I just like, okay, I'm over it and I move on. It seems like if you went into something like, let's say you don't like musicals. I don't know. Let's just say in theory you don't
yeah.
like musicals, and they say here's a new musical. And you're like, oh, that sounds like crap. And then you
Mhm.
go into it and you're like, yeah, that's right, that was crap. It's like, what did you expect? Like, if you think you don't,
Yeah.
if you know what it's about and you don't think you're gonna like it, why do you keep trying to care? Why do you keep like it's not exciting? And I mean, I think a lot of people just do that for content,
Yeah, I
and
think so.
Yeah, yeah, no,
it's like
I feel like that too. And
I can
that's why,
understand if you want to like if there's something that I really liked and I watched, I'm like, oh, this is terrible.
Yeah.
Then yeah, I might be like, okay, but that's because I went
yeah.
into it thinking, oh, this might
But
be something I like.
would you
Yeah.
go to the extent and actually try to explain your reasoning of why you didn't like it? Like actually go
Yeah.
detailed on it and not just like the big content creators, they don't really go detailed. They just nitpick on small things and just call it shit
Mhm.
for no particular reason, you know? But they
Yeah.
don't really explain it to you. It's like, but why do you hate this part? Oh, this woman cannot lift a stone. That's terrible. Like, tell me, why do you think it's terrible then? Don't just say it's terrible. Actually give a proper fucking reason about why is this terrible. Like whatever thing it is in a movie, for example. Just explain it to me a little detailed so I can understand why you think it's not good. But a lot of them, they don't do that. And that is what is so annoying because that goes back to hate just to hate, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I
You have,
get you. And I think there's a lot of there's a lot of stuff you can find. How many, not to name names, but you can find some
yeah.
people with probably like 100 videos on why uh
And all the videos are
MCU is
90% the
bad.
same. And all the videos are the same. They talk about the
Mhm.
same thing in every little single thing. It's just like, okay, we already know this. We have talked about this for a long time. And all of your videos or your podcast, you're repeating yourself like this and that and this and that. It's just like, but you said the same on the last video or stream. It's like, what's new? Like, what's the news? Oh, it's no news. You're just repeating itself. So now you're just gonna hate to hate, and you just want to make content. But give more reasons. Make me care of what you're talking about. I just don't want to sit there and listening. I don't want to sit there and just listen to the same shit every time I watch something. You know what I mean?
Yep, I gotcha.
Yeah. And we do have DJ Ronnie G in the chat. "Hail, brother. I hope you're doing well." And he did say, "Oh, hi, Cash." And he is BRB, so I don't know if he heard it, but when he's back, he will be back. Um, and Brett said, confirmation bias is huge, and if you're formed through parasocial relationship of a creator, it's like to be even stronger. I can get that. And then you also have another issue with these big communities, in my opinion, is that a lot of them are simping. You know what I mean? They're simping for the content creators, and they will never talk back to the creator, and they will agree with every little single thing they have to say, right? And then again, it's like you don't have your own mind, and then you're following a system, and you shouldn't be scared of saying your opinion, no matter it doesn't matter if you have uh, a different opinion of the content creators you're watching. If they have an opinion, you can have your own opinion. It's nothing dangerous. But I've seen this trend. Yeah, Hunty, like Pokemon Sims. Exactly. Um, so they will just, they will listen to everything and agree with everything, don't have a mind of themselves and just follow a system. And I've seen this so many times. And if you disagree with something, they're gonna attack you. The the system of the content creators, they're gonna look down on you, they're gonna attack you. They don't want you to be a part of the community that you're in, right? Because you have a different opinion. And I think that's wrong, because then you are just seeking an echo chamber of the same shit, and everyone has the same opinion. And they're going so every time they do talk, everyone on a panel or something are saying the same thing in we say a stream. Everyone are saying the same thing, right? It's like we say this person hates the movie, explains a little bit why they hate the movie. The other person does the same, exactly the same. It's just like, but the other guy before you said exactly the same. And then it goes on, and it becomes the whole big echo chamber. Don't you guys agree? Like that is a problem. Don't you guys agree?
Yeah, and you get, like you said, with everyone making videos. When I used to subscribe to more bigger people, it's like there's, here's these seven guys, and it's like one thing happens, and like I'm not gonna watch 7 videos on the same thing that pretty much say the same thing. You know, it's like I can't watch all this. It's not worth it.
Exactly. And before we get to the comments a little bit here, because I see people are writing. Pris, how do you feel? How do you think of this issue
Me?
that we do have? Yeah.
I don't give a crap. Basically, I mean, it is what it is. I mean,
You are just like,
what?
fuck him. Meh. Fuck him.
Well, why should I care?
Yeah. But no, I think it is important to talk about, because it's becoming more and more of a bigger issue. We can say on in the YouTube world right now, it's becoming more and more of an issue, and we see this so much lately. And there are not many people out there who are talking about it.
Well,
And
I understand, but at the same time, when it's so minuscule, because it's a tiny issue in its own way, because it is what it is.
I will say it like this: I don't look. You can
So
look at
I
it as
don't really
tiny
care.
thing, but the thing it's like I'm trying to say, I don't. This is what I see on Twitter all the time. I know you are on Twitter and fighting with people too and stuff, but I'm
Oh, I
following.
would calm down on Twitter. Damn Twitter,
But
actually.
I'm on Twitter every day. I'm watching stuff and everything every day, and it's not just a little issue anymore. That's the problem. It's like you have a viewer, and the viewer disagrees with you a little. Content creators are actually gonna fucking attack you for it. They're actually attacking people. A lot of them are becoming the wokey pokies. They're acting the same way. And that is why it's important to talk about, because it's not okay to do that. It's the
Well, I
same
mean,
thing.
with certain games, I have been attacked in quotation marks because I don't see it as an attack because I think it's just too stupid in a way, but it still is a attack in a way, of course.
Yeah.
But
But again,
I don't.
you're attacking your viewers. You're attacking the people who actually have been supporting you for a long time. And that
Yeah,
is
but
also
I
how.
don't really care about it because it is what it is. I have my opinions. Some people is going to be
Yeah.
bitch
No,
made
I
about
understand
that.
your opinion, but I think it is an important issue to talk about because this has have been going on for so long. And as I grew up as a punk head, and that's why I will not stand by and just look at this and stand by this.
Yeah, but at the same
And
time, I don't care about it because this is just internet culture.
yeah, exactly. I
It
understand that.
is what it
And that's
is.
fine. But that is completely fine. But it's still a big issue that is, I think, is important to talk about.
And I'm too
And
tired to deal with this bullshit because
yeah, yeah. I understand. I understand.
there's some dumbass in America or England or in Russia
Yeah,
or
no,
Japan. Okay,
it,
I'm going to create a big fight on Twitter for
yeah, no,
whatever
no, I
reason.
understand you.
Eh,
I do understand you too on
whatever.
that. But again, that's why we had to bring it up today because after we watched Avatar
Oh, I
and
understand that. I do.
yeah,
I do.
and
Still, it's
and
minuscule in a way.
and it's
It's
the same
just
thing,
stupid.
I tweeted out a couple of days ago because I am tired of seeing I'm tired of seeing content creators, comic creators. It doesn't matter what side you're on and what content creation you're doing, but if you can't handle criticism or people having a different view than you, like when it comes to like, oh, I like Morbius and other people don't, that's completely fine. But we say that you have a person who reviews a comic, and we say that it's a big creator who has a comic, and we have normal people just reviewing that comic, and then you have that other big content creator who just goes ballistic bad shit on YouTube and make a fucking stream or a video about you, and just gonna trash the shit out of you because, oh, you didn't like my stuff. You're like, okay, you're becoming the same problem. I've seen in our community, I've seen this issue, and it's like, but now you're becoming the problem yourself. You're becoming exactly the problem
Is
yourself.
I understand that type of problem, but at the same time, for
Yeah,
me,
you are like, fuck it. I understand that basically.
why should I care?
Yeah, no, I totally understand your view on it too with that because I know who you are as a person and stuff like that, and I know we are a little bit
Yeah,
different there to a
but
point.
but this is so minuscule. It's so unimportant in a way.
Did you mute yourself? Hello?
Hello.
Did you mute yourself for a bit?
Did you mute yourself accidentally, Priz? We couldn't hear you for a second.
No, I didn't.
Huh.
Okay.
Um, but also let's see here. Just to get to the comments a little bit. Danman Walk-in said, "Sorry, I had to pause. I have formed a watch it for yourself. Don't listen to me.
Exactly.
You might like it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And Danman also said, "Echo chambers from groupthink, and then a lot of." And he continued with, "I was typing it. Yeah, we understood, man." And DJ Ronnie said, "I wish Pokemon would wear a horse mask."
Uh,
um, People are then afraid to say their true opinion, and that's what I
yeah,
feel a
because
lot of.
they put him in a corner. It's with everything. Oh, how can you like that? They think shit. What's wrong with you?
Yeah,
Like that's
exactly. And
stuff.
then you have the other big creators. If
Yes.
a viewer actually says their own opinion, they will remove you from the community, and suddenly you lose people you trusted. Suddenly you lose people you and all
Yeah.
that kind of. It's like that's not okay because then you're becoming the same problem again as the woke is in that kind of sense, right?
Exactly.
And Hunter said Sims are the worst, especially when they begin to dogpile on people, essentially ruin the life of the person they're attacking.
Hmm.
And
Yep.
I've seen the worst thing is like again, no name dropping, But I've seen this in the fellowship community, whatever fucking you want to call it. And that's what I've been seeing for a long time now. And I think that's not okay. And that's why I think it's important to talk about, because many other big content creators doesn't do that. And it is important to be yourself and actually say your opinion on a lot of these kind of things. Um, Diamond Walken said, "Maybe I'm old. I just say what I think. I even said I was okay with the Marvels and how wow that was fun exercise in debate. But a good host will encourage other opinions. But the chat can be tough. Yeah, that too. And if you had some enjoyment with that movie and you thought it was okay, or if you liked, it doesn't matter. It's okay. If you were okay with it, that's your own personal opinion. It's like I might fucking disagree with you and we can have a debate and talk about it, but I'm not gonna fucking attack you or hate you for having that opinion, because it's all okay
How
to have
dare
that
you?
opinion. um Most of Twitter is cesspool of hate. A lot of Twitter is like that, but unfortunately, it's not just Twitter.
It's
It's
all
also
kind of social media groups.
yeah,
Instagram
mm,
or TikTok. It's
They
yeah,
all can be.
and
Yes.
YouTube, and when you have bigger creators who are basically attacking their fucking fans, well, that's not okay. They have been there supporting you for a long time, and because they just have a different opinion than you, why you're gonna attack them for it? It's like if they didn't like a certain thing that you like, if they didn't agree with a certain comic you created, if they didn't enjoy it as much as others, that's completely fine. You like what you like and you like what you don't like. That's how it normally work. Um Brett Cohen said, more often than not, I just stop listening to people of they go into the rants and hate. Just explain yourself and have self-respect. People that carry on like children, I have no time for. Exactly. I do
Right.
agree with that. I heavily agree with that. And Clifton said, since YouTube hit the like button, no ideas how to find it now. Yeah, I don't know what's up with YouTube lately. There is they're doing something weird at the moment. No clue what they're doing. Um, they're probably updating, doing some weird stuff again. It's always annoying. Brett Cohen said it's called a micro nap. Yeah. Um, I still can't see that man. So there is problems with YouTube. The uh More people cannot see him. That's I don't know what's up with YouTube.
Did
Have you
you
guys
guys
heard
put
anything?
it on?
ah,
Did you put it on live chat instead of top chat?
I don't know if they have. They should probably check that out in case, but hmm. Yeah, it
Well,
is
that's
YouTube in a nutshell.
no.
Yep.
But they are fighting it again, and then the same people who
Yep.
were supposed to be fighting against the so-called the good fight starts calling people
Yeah.
racist and stuff for things that they see
Yep.
that's ridiculous. And
Exactly.
Mhm.
It's like we all have different opinions. That's how it is. And it's like the annoying part now is like if you're gonna be and hail to Baron, it's good to see your brother. If you have time, you are allowed to pop in if you have time. Cash, or can you just send a link in case to him?
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. Um, and it's like right now they're like, if you have to pick a side, you have to pick like this, you have to be like that. But oh, now it made sense why you guys cannot see him. It's because he's watching from Prismatic's channel, because we're
No,
also streaming on his channel to get some
that makes
content out
sense.
there.
Yeah,
Then it
yeah,
makes sense.
Oh,
yeah.
there
Then
you
it makes sense, yeah.
It's good.
And hail to Robin, hail to you, brother. I hope you're doing well, brother. Hope you're enjoying the show. Hope you're enjoying the show. And he said hi. So everybody say hi to Robin. I know him in real life. He's a good guy. Good guy.
Hello.
Fantastic. Also Norwegian, as you probably knew. No.
Shocking.
Yeah. The Norwegians are taking over. But no, it is becoming a big problem, and I know this is not normally what we do talk about on the shows here, but again, it's just been going too far, if you know what I mean. It's just going too far, you know? It's like somebody has to talk about what's going on. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And
I better know what you mean, man.
yeah, you better know, or if you dude, I'm gonna cancel you. I'm gonna make a whole fucking video just
Right,
trashing you
exactly.
and your
Exactly.
opinions. I'm gonna make a whole fucking video about how retarded you are, and you can't get your cock up because you're a fucktard, and you're afraid of women, and you hate women.
Oh man.
I'm just
And
gonna
I have
make a
to
whole thing like that.
and I have to
Yeah,
make one back. Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, exactly. And then we're gonna go on a feud on that all the
Right.
time. And
Right. And
the
then we're
funny
gonna
thing,
talk
people,
about it. Then we're gonna
yeah.
talk about it on social media for weeks and weeks
Yeah.
for
You know, if we did that, people will actually think it was serious. That's the
I
problem.
know.
That's how
I
bad it
know.
is these
Yeah.
days. You cannot joke anymore, and people are gonna be like, "Oh shit," they're gonna take it seriously. Oh, I go on
Yeah.
Twitter and I do like, fuck Cash Money, he's this, and people are
Right.
gonna be like, "Oh, what the hell happened? Oh my god, da 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 da," and it's just like, okay, you guys actually think that's serious. Oh my god, but that's how bad it has become.
Yes.
And then people are probably gonna be like, "Oh, talk about it in private," and I'm like, dude, people have to stop.
Sounds fun.
And Baron said, "I'm married, so I have a reason to be afraid of women."
It's very true. Very understandable.
Really understandable, man. Really understandable. And Baron said, hashtag Phil McCracken for ho-host. I think you meant co-host.
Nah,
But
he was right.
okay, ho-host. He's a ho, motherfucker.
You
Um,
like the hosts.
and Baron is also cancel Cash Money.
Can't cancel me, Baron, but you
Can't
can
cancel
try.
him. Trust me, I've been trying to cancel him for a long time now, but I can't.
Forever, man. You can't do it.
Forever, man.
He
That
tries.
fucking retard, man. I've been
That
trying to cancel him because he likes
that
Andor,
freaking
because he's a
that
fucking idiot.
bastard
He doesn't understand Star Wars.
bastard
He doesn't
guy
understand shit.
puts on that crow makeup, goes around trying to bite people and stuff. It's crazy, man. It's
Yeah,
all
I'm
kind of
fucking
crazy,
crazy,
dude.
man. I'm gonna fucking cancel you. And then we have a
Respect my privacy. Respect my
privacy, my privacy, man.
Hold on. Hold on, we don't need a Canadian person in there. Go away. Remove yourself.
But Dadman walking
Okay,
said,
fine. If that's the case, you're
I
forcing
can
me.
tell by the picture. Go away.
"Go away! I don't want no Canadian."
No, man.
Oh,
You didn't say hi.
I'm just
No.
If
kidding,
you
though.
have good days, dear
oh,
leader, perhaps you
scheiße.
good day.
Let's
Always be honorable to dear leader. Dear leader, here for you.
And
And
Robin
you're switching
said,
to King Jong-un.
Dennis
yeah.
Rodman's best friend.
And
That's
but
what I mean.
Robin,
He tall, yeah.
yeah, and Robin said, yo guys, ho. I know he will say hope. Well, I understand what you meant, man.
Yeah,
Hope you have a good day. Thank you,
Well,
man.
maybe you meant
hope
hope.
you
I've
do
had a
as well,
great
man.
day.
Mhm.
And no, Robin.
Right, it was a
I'm-
statement. It
yeah.
wasn't like, "Oh, hope you have a go." It's just like,
No.
"Oh, have a good day."
But I want to give a big shout out to Robin. He's a fucking cool guy, and I'm not gonna say what he created today. I will do that backstage.
Oh.
But Robin, what you created and sent on Facebook today was fucking amazing. I couldn't fucking stop laughing because what you sent on that Facebook group is so fucking accurate when you made those memes. I'm just gonna say that person you memed is so fucking memeable that it's too funny, bro. It's too funny, man. And you need to make more of that. We need to make more of that because that's fucking funny. He knows to
Is it-
make really great fucking memes.
Is this something good for dear leader? Good for North Korea?
In Norway we call it godsakid, and that means good. Yep, it does. It's really good shit, man. It's good shit. The memes are good shit. But no, hail to Baron. I hope Baron. I hope you're been doing well. I know we have talked
Surviving.
almost an hour about. We are gonna get in some topics too, but I just want your opinion of.
But
Did you listen to some of the stuff that we have talked about?
not really. I just kind of popped in not too long ago when I started harassing in the chat. Then I got this thing to join in, and it's like, okay, what are you guys talking about? What's up? What's up?
Yeah,
What's up?
no, we have talked about, hate to just hate when it comes to movies, TV shows, whatever it is, and we have a lot of these big content creators out there who are trashing their fans and attacking their
Yeah.
fans for having a different opinion, and all that kind of stuff. And
Mhm.
because Cash, and Prismatics, we saw the two first episodes of Avatar: The Last Airbender live action, and we
Okay.
enjoyed it, and it was pretty fucking good. It's pretty accurate to the lore and the characters and all that kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
then you see a lot of people out there just gonna shit on it, and many have not even seen it; they've just seen clips and just like, but you have not really seen it. You're just listening to others and their opinions. And just before we get to topics for today, what's
Yeah.
your opinion on this whole shenanigans with these kind of stuff happening?
Well, yeah, it all sucks. It all sucks. I don't have to watch it. It all sucks. Everything sucks. You guys are just the reason why everything sucks. You all no all reality. With all reality,
exactly.
I mean, we saw that with Rogue Moon. People before he was out,
Rebel
they're
Moon,
ranking on
yeah.
it because
Rebel
they just
Moon.
don't like Schneider.
Yeah, with
yeah,
Rebel
sorry.
Moon. Yeah.
Rebel Moon, and just because they hate Zack Schneider. I
Right.
mean, it's synonymous. You got it on both sides. You have the dimps that no matter what it is, it's going to be the greatest thing ever. It's the best smelling shit you ever made for me. And then of course then you have the others out there. Exactly. It's like I hate this, or I'm going to watch this so you don't have to.
Yeah.
Which is
yeah, like if you didn't like season 3 of Picard, what's wrong with you? Like there was people out there saying that. Basically, it's just so stupid.
Well, I mean, you saw that with Doomcock and
Robert Meyer Burnett. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was the whole thing.
The
Yeah,
drunk.
Yeah,
The drunk.
Yeah.
Well, and you
that guy's
also
the
had
worst.
And then you had even before that Ryan Kennel going after Doomcock and Doomcock's people that watched Doomcock, which was the dumbest thing in the world because a lot of people watched both. So you're going over and watching Ryan.
Look
and he's
at this
insulting
motherfucker.
You.
Look at Baron. I'm good at not name dropping people, and he just goes in for the fucking kill name dropping everything here, man.
I mean, those things actually happen.
Yeah,
so.
I know.
Baron's coming for.
Let me fucking
Baron
make
wants
it
to
so,
smoke.
for fuck's sake.
Well, no, the thing is, I'm going in, and first of all, I'm not taking a side.
Right, exactly.
This is stuff that is known. It's out there. To hide it is whatever. And I'm dropping the names because I'm not involved. I'm not personally involved in this. It's just watching it as a historian. You might say.
Yeah. And as a person who watched the same people and you have gone through their story, like you've been watching these people for a long time, right? So
I mean,
you don't have to take a side. Yeah.
No, and of course now you have Eric D. July and even Vance Diver. It's ridiculous.
They're going at it like every day.
Yeah, and that's what I basically talked about earlier. That's what I talked about earlier. So, but I didn't do the name dropping, because I'm trying to be civil and nice.
Well, I mean, it's already on social media.
I know.
Right. I mean, if there's something, I wouldn't name drop if it wasn't known. If there's stuff that's behind the scenes that's going on, I'm not going to say a damn thing. That it's always between me and you and the walls, and that's it.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I agree with you.
It's kind of your fault, Jay. So you were wanting to be civil and you brought Baron on. I mean that.
First time in a long time I actually try to be professional and try to be a little civil with the way.
I'm not. I'd be professional.
I'm just gonna cancel him on Twitter after. He's just a fucking retard, just destroying our show, name dropping everything and shit like that. I do not condone that kind of bullshit, man. I'm gonna sue you, Baron, for all your fucking money. You already you have you're married, so I don't think you have a lot of money. Fuck. Hey, Baron.
What money? What money?
Man.
No. I mean,
I agree with Rupa. I really do.
Yeah. Well, again, going
know.
at it, I'm just making the names because I'm not
Yeah.
being
Yeah, but
uncivil.
I
I'm not
agree with you,
making an
man, because
attack.
I think it's pretty
Right.
stupid if they want you to pick a side and stuff like that. And we did
Right.
actually
Yeah.
mention that
No.
on one of the other
Yeah. I don't
streams where
want
we actually mentioned like
Right.
I don't want to pick a
if you
side.
enjoy their content, you enjoy
Yeah.
what they're
Yeah.
doing, enjoy what you enjoy. You don't need to pick a
Right.
side. And I know these communities are pretty harsh against a lot of these watchers and readers. It's like, oh, you have to
Mhm.
pick a side. If not, you're an enemy to us. And it's just
Right.
like, you have to stop that, you know? You know,
Well,
I get shit from people because yes, I enjoy Ethan Van Sciver's content. I
mhm.
watch a lot of his content. I don't
Right.
agree with everything he says or does,
Right.
but
No.
And you don't need
I
to. Yeah.
no,
No.
exactly. And I've been watching him for many years and also been
No.
watching and reading a lot of stuff that he's done with DC and
Mhm.
Cyberfrog stuff. I've gone through and I've always enjoyed his content, even
Right.
if I don't agree with everything. I'm not gonna be like that.
Well,
Oh, it's like I'm a Trump guy. Am I gonna agree with Trump all the fucking time? Hell no. I'm not gonna agree with
well,
everyone all the fucking time.
well, that's the important thing. That's the important
Mm-hmm.
thing. And I remember the old days of fandom, right, where we'd all get together, we discuss, and there were things that people liked and didn't like. It's like, no, I'm not. I don't like Star Wars. I like Star Trek. Okay, no problem. To
Mm-hmm.
each their own
Yeah.
type of thing. I mean, yeah, you had some snooty snots back in that time.
Yes. Yes.
I don't like that, but it's like, okay, fine,
Yeah.
fuck you. I'm going to
Mhm.
walk on here. It doesn't matter. I mean, not everything was civil, but I think it was a lot more civil than we have currently going on.
Yeah. And
Because
truth, Brett, yeah.
right, I think it comes down to the fact that if you don't like it, it's a personal attack on me,
Right.
and it's
Mhm.
not. And you also have the one
It's
problem
like
where someone will point out eloquently and
Yeah.
succinctly their opinion and why they
Okay.
didn't like a particular thing, and then they get
Exactly.
attacked.
Let me make some examples. For example, I came when the Rebel Moon came out. I made a
Yeah.
tweet about it. And I explained. I gave it a 9 out of 10. I heavily fucking enjoyed it, and I thought that was one of the best movies coming out that year because
Yep.
it was my cup of tea. I expected the movie to be like this. This is what I expected. I went into like I know who Zack Snyder is, even with
Right.
the red flags, with Mags,
Right.
with the comic, and also that he talked about the non-binary character who's not the
Mhm.
heart of the movie. It's just things he said. It's like,
Right.
okay. But I went in, I heavily enjoyed it, and I've talked with people and they have bashed me for liking the movie. I'm not gonna not name drop people that I've talked with and stuff like that because that's
Yeah.
private. But
Mhm.
I've been called retard. How can you like this kind of movie? This is a shit movie. But tell me why it's shit.
Hey,
And
I said that with love,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought roots are with love all the time.
Yeah, and then I had a debate like when they talked about she couldn't lift a stone in the beginning of the move and suddenly she can fight. And again, I made this example earlier in the stream. There's a difference of fighting and lifting
Mhm.
heavy things. That's two different things. I can have problems lifting a heavy stone, but when if I go to wrestle or if I go in the ring to fight, that's
Mhm.
completely different than lifting a fucking stone. And then you also have adrenaline. You have this a different type of training, different power in
Mhm.
your body. It's
Oh yeah.
different mechanics in your body that you have to fucking remember. But these motherfuckers, they're just like they're gonna complain to complain and hate to hate and not give a proper fucking reason. And
Yeah.
I've said this multiple times, and I know a lot of people in our community is gonna get fucking mad at me. And if you want, actually, I've been wanting to say this for a fucking long time now.
Oh yeah.
And that is, I don't think the Isom comics are that good. I think the first one was okay, but I think there wasn't really any good lore there or any good explanation in the story. I was
Mhm.
like really confused what it was trying to be. It didn't feel like I understand the concept, but I felt like it was kind of poorly executed. And when it
Mhm.
comes to Isom 2, I did not fucking like it. I didn't think it was good at all. I thought it was pretty bad and pretty boring,
Mhm.
and that's my honest review. The
Mhm.
story, I'm not going to spoil it for everybody because I know not everybody has read it yet, and I know people want to read it. And if you like it, that's completely fucking fine. I
Right.
don't care if you like it. Tell me why you like it. What made the story interesting for you? For
Mhm.
me, one of the few things that I thought was interesting in the whole fucking Isom comics was Alpha Core. I thought they were an interesting type of heroes and how it was set up. I thought that was pretty interesting. I enjoy Alpha Core a lot more than the others because I felt like, okay, this actually has a story that I'm more into. And also Chuck Dixon is he's the one who wrote it. And I'm like, he writes normally stories I normally like. Like he has that type of vibe that I like to read when it comes to comics and stuff like that. And I will be honest about these kind of stuff. I've just not talked much about the comic because, yeah, I didn't want to get involved in the whole fucking drama. And yeah, if people want to attack me for having my opinion on that, go ahead. I don't care. But I've said this. If Eric wants to, make me like the comics a little bit more, I think you actually have to do more training how to write the story to explain a little bit more with the story. Because I understand a lot of the critics that didn't enjoy it that much. And I've been watching a lot of critics that actually are critics and then they don't want to hate it just to hate it.
Right.
I've actually seen people who were excited for it, but actually got let down. And that is okay. That is how it is.
It happens.
It happens.
It happens. And, and then we also have the other thing that we have going around. It comes around with games. And this is something that I know Cash above me here, Mike from Pacific 414, and myself all agree on. We made a stance not to go with Bear Gate 3, or, Baldur's Gate 3. And for that particular reason, you have the option to have bestiality, which is
Robin.
illegal. Right? This is something that's illegal. In fact, I just read an article thing on Facebook about a lady who got arrested for having relations with her dog while her husband filmed. It's like disgusting. So this is an illegal act. So, basically, we making a stance. We're not, the game looks great. Yeah, fine. You got woke shit in her.
Yeah.
Okay, we could get by that. We could get
maybe
by
a little
that, right?
bit.
Yeah. I mean, right. It all depends. But, it comes down to making a stance. Well, I'm not saying we get attacked, but people don't understand why. Just give in, go in there. It's like, no, somewhere along the line, you got to make a stand on it. It might be a great game. It looks like it might be a great story.
Yeah, there's a lot of nice content, and I understand it won Game of the Year. But once again, what's very funny about that whole situation in every category, you do not see Hogwarts Legacy up for Game of the Year, which is very funny to me. Are they worried that game could beat Gate 3?
I have a question for Whoopa. Did you like Hogwarts Legacy? Have you played it?
I didn't play it. I don't like Harry Potter. Like, I don't, not for the same reasons that I don't like.
No.
He didn't like Harry Potter, guys. He's canceled. He's fired. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Just kidding, brother. No, we have to gift him. One of us have to gift Hogwarts Legacy to him because he needs to fucking stream it, even if he's not a big fan of Harry Potter. But we want him to have the game. We all can agree on that because, dude, I actually think you will have some enjoyment with the game, even if you're not a big fan.
Yeah,
there's Pokemon in it. There's Pokemon hiding in there.
There's Pokemon.
We lost Press.
Well.
Sometimes that means he has to go to sleep.
But that's exactly it. Now, when we're talking about hating for the sake of hating, look what happened to Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah.
And all the vile vitriol that came out about that. It's like, wow, wow.
Yeah. And I just want to mention this. Brett Conan said, see, proof Jason is racist. He doesn't like Black Man's comic. Oh, wait. We were able to do that once.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I've said this, and I was going to be honest about this. I'm not going to buy ISM 3. I am not interested in the comics with ISM, and I'm not interested in Yaira. I'm not interested in it. It's not my cup of tea of stories, and it's nothing. I have no hate to Eric. Eric, you do you, and you create what you are creating, and if people like that and want to support that, go and fucking support that. If you want to support Ethan Van Sciver, go and support him and enjoy what content he does. It doesn't matter. We all can be fucking civil.
You can be civil, and if whatever you create, just expect there's going to be criticism out there. That's just the way it is. You got to learn to take
criticize great leader, then you go to Gulag.
Yeah, and if you can't handle criticism like certain people,
who criticized you, Nita? Who criticized you? Then
Yeah, right.
who
But
do we need? Who do we need to take right actions away from?
but if you cannot handle criticism, you shouldn't be
No.
part of what you're doing yet. You have to
No.
learn to handle criticism. That's one thing I've always praised Ethan Van Sciver with. That's I will be on. I've always been honest about that. That's one thing I do like with him. He understands criticism, and it's like with that when you have a content creator like him or others or comic creator or whatever creator you are, that actually you know actually can handle criticism because there are different levels of criticism.
Right.
You have the bad criticism, and that is again goes to hate, just to hate criticism, and
Mhm.
that's not good. That is just then you're a retard because you just want to hate it. But you also have good criticism, people who
Yes.
are actually criticizing what you're doing. We say a comic. We say that I create a comic, I release it. I expect some people will like it and some people will criticize it, and
Right.
I'm like, that's what I want.
Mhm.
And if when I see legit criticism, right?
Yes.
When I see the
Mhm.
legit criticism, I'm
Yeah.
gonna take that to me and just like maybe this person has a point of certain criticism here. Maybe there's something I didn't quite think of when I wrote the story. Maybe there is actually
Right.
something I can improve in the story. Just like, oh, this character. Oh, I didn't think about that with this character. God damn, I should have thought about that when I
Mhm.
wrote this. Oh, okay, maybe I will take that criticism with me and I will do better in the next comic and actually take that with me and try to
Mhm.
fix what some people might felt was wrong with the character. And it's like, you know what? The criticism is good sometimes of this
Well, yeah.
criticism.
Well, no,
Well,
and they think with the criticism, it doesn't matter if it's websites or now a lot of these different gaming companies, all different kind of companies. Instead
Yeah.
of them looking for the constructive
Yeah.
criticism and
Don't be
saying,
like
"Oh,
Whoopa, who is, super fucking gay because he doesn't like Harry Potter, but don't be like him. That's
Hey,
not okay.
well, you got to remember where the word criticism comes from.
Just kidding,
Critiquing.
just kidding, Whoopa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
coming
fine.
from critiquing, and there's nothing wrong with critiquing.
no,
And
there
if
isn't."
anybody who is a creator out there cannot
Even
loses their
criticize your
shit,
friends. Like what
Yeah.
yeah,
I like
but
what I've criticized, Cash, when you've done thumbnails and certain stuff like that sometimes. I'm gonna
Mhm.
credit, I'm
Mhm.
sometimes a critic with it just because I want you to have the best thumbnail you
Right.
can,
Right.
right? I
Right.
want to help
Right.
you out. Just like I think like maybe this text wasn't the right, maybe this was too
Right.
small, too big,
Right.
but that's
Right.
because I just want to help out. I just want
Mhm.
to help
Mhm.
out and help you to get the best thumbnail or whatever
Well,
it's gonna be.
Right.
when it comes down to it, though, is if someone goes out and asks why on something,
Mhm.
right? A
Yes.
legitimate question. I mean, as a Lutheran, one of the biggest things we have is what does this mean? Is
Mhm.
seeking question. If you're asking a question and they lose their shit over it and start
Hmm.
doing the attack, well, they have no leg to stand on, and there's something
No.
very weak and there's something very wrong
Yeah,
with
well,
this person.
Yeah.
it's the same with the Redcon stuff of Filoni as an
Yeah.
example. The same with the
Mhm.
X-Men 97, and even people we know within the community or group or whatever are defending these things. "Oh, I went back and watched this. I didn't see what they were talking about." Are you kidding me with this? Like,
Right,
what are we
Yeah.
trying to defend, really? Just
right.
and if this bombs, then what? And this is also the same kind of people who say this is the show we need, this is the game we need, and then it doesn't do well, or it was only on for a season. Well, I guess a lot of people didn't need it. Just,
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
And just need to go to the comments a little bit. Hunter said Hogwarts Legacy is more of its own thing, just takes place in the same universe as
right,
Harry.
right,
And yeah, with the game itself, you can connect it with the movies or the books. Depends on what you really want to do yourself. That is kind of a good thing with it. And Clifton said, "Yeah, just sick of all the drama. I've never seen so much drama before. I was streaming and doing
mhm.
YouTube. Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
It,
it's
it is
crazy.
unfortunate, and
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
why a lot of us we normally don't talk about it. But again, like I've said, it's gotten to the point that we have to actually talk about it because it's getting
Mhm.
out of hand.
Well,
It's
yeah.
getting out of hand.
Yes.
When you take a look at it, Tolkien and Lewis and the others, they'd have their group, the Inklings, and they would critique each other, and sometimes harshly, but not out of hate or spite or mocking. They wanted to make sure that the people you writing to the best quality you're able to. And then when it comes around to having